Habits of the wealthy. 1. Reading self-improvement books. Story Min, a successful entrepreneur, dedicates 30 minutes each day to reading. When he started his business, he read books on strategy and financial management. One day he read Rich Dad, Poor Dad and learned smart asset management strategies. Thanks to this knowledge, he invested wisely and expanded his company. For Min, reading was the key to his success. 2. Detailed planning. Storyland, a real estate investor, starts every year with a detailed financial plan. She carefully calculates her spending and sets specific revenue goals for each month. When the real estate market faced turbulence, her planning allowed her to adjust investments promptly, avoiding major losses. Her plans keep her confident and in control. 3. Maintaining quality relationships. Story Nam, a young CEO, always maintains good relations with former partners. Once, thanks to staying in touch with a friend in the tech industry, he learned about a major investment project. This connection led to a lucrative deal, bringing significant profit to his company. 4. Investing instead of overspending. Story at 25, Thu decided to invest in stocks instead of buying a luxury car. Her friends questioned her choice, but she stayed focused on her investment strategy. After a few years, her investments had grown substantially, providing a strong financial foundation for her future goals. 5. Constantly seeking new opportunities. Story Hong, a tech engineer, is always curious about new startup ideas. When he learned about AI, he signed up for courses on the subject. Later, when his company needed someone for an AI project, he was chosen and quickly advanced to a managerial position. 6. Effective time management. Story Lin, a single mother and small business owner, starts her day with a to-do list. She prioritizes important tasks and wakes up early to complete them before her employees arrive. Good time management enables her to balance her business and family responsibilities effectively. 7. Regular exercise. Story every morning. Despite his busy schedule, Khan, a financial manager, sets aside 30 minutes for a run. His good health and energy help him stay efficient at work. While colleagues often feel exhausted, he's full of energy, ready to tackle any challenge. 8. Constant skill improvement. Story Mai, a graphic designer, keeps updating her knowledge about new software. Once, when her company needed a 3D designer, she was the only one proficient in the necessary software. As a result, she was given a major project and had a chance to advance. 9. Maintaining a positive and persistent attitude. Story when Long's project faced economic setbacks, many of his employees were worried and wanted to give up. Long encouraged them to push through. After months of effort, not only did the project recover, but it also exceeded their expectations. His colleagues respected Long's resilience. 10. Participating in charity. Story after her company became successful, Dung set up a scholarship fund for underprivileged students. She felt that helping the community added meaning to her life. Every year, she dedicates a portion of her profits to scholarships, supporting the next generation. Habits of the poor. 1. Spending impulsively. Story when Hugh received his first paycheck, he spent it all on outings and shopping. By mid-month, he had no money left for essential expenses and had to borrow from friends, anxiously waiting for the next paycheck. This cycle of impulsive spending repeated itself. 2. No financial plan. Story although she has a steady income, Hong never saves or plans her finances. When an unexpected accident occurred, she had to go into debt because she had no savings. Her lack of financial planning leaves her constantly worried about money. 3. Not reading books. Story every evening, Tung spends hours watching TV and scrolling through social media. When friends suggest he read books to improve his skills, he feels too lazy and thinks it's unnecessary. Due to a lack of knowledge and skills, Tung often misses out on career advancement opportunities. 4. Avoiding challenges. Story when his company offered a skills training program, Vin declined because he was afraid it would be difficult. Later, when the company needed someone with that skill, he was overlooked. His lack of knowledge limited his chances for promotion. 5. Blaming others and not taking responsibility. Story after losing her job, Lan blamed her boss for disliking her instead of considering her own lack of responsibility. She didn't realize that her poor attitude was the real cause of her dismissal. 6. Only seeking short-term entertainment. Story every day, Tuan spends hours playing video games. He feels tired the next day and struggles to focus at work, frequently getting scolded. Although he's aware of this, he can't seem to break the habit. 7. Negative thinking and doubting abilities. Story when Hoa sees her friends succeed, she thinks they're just lucky and that she'll never achieve the same. Her self-doubt causes her to miss many opportunities and prevents her from working on self-improvement. 8. Laziness toward exercise and health story. Hang rarely exercises, always saying she's too busy. Later, as her health declined, she regretted not taking care of herself. This laziness led to avoidable health issues at a young age. 9. Giving up easily story. When Kwan's first business attempt failed after a few months, he gave up and returned to his old job instead of learning from the experience and trying again. He missed the opportunity to grow as an entrepreneur. 10. Relying on others. Story. Lynn, though an adult, still relies on her parents for financial support. She lacks the drive for independence and turns to her family in times of trouble instead of finding her own solutions. This dependency limits her development of responsibility and self-sufficiency. Here's the story of Harry, a man who rose from poverty to become a billionaire through hard work and entrepreneurial spirit. Harry grew up in a small, run-down neighborhood on the outskirts of a big city. His family was extremely poor, and as a child, Harry often went to bed hungry, dreaming of a different life. He was a smart kid, but his family couldn't afford to send him to a good school, so he taught himself by reading old, used books he found at second-hand stores. Despite the challenges, Harry was determined to improve his situation and make a better life for himself and his family. When he was in his early 20s, Harry worked various odd jobs to support his family. One of his jobs was at a small electronics repair shop. It didn't pay much, but Harry noticed something interesting. People were always bringing in their broken phones, computers, and other devices. He realized that technology was becoming a big part of people's lives, and he saw an opportunity there. After saving every penny he could, Harry decided to take a risk and start his own small business repairing electronics from a corner of his family's tiny apartment. In the beginning, business was slow, but Harry didn't give up. He worked long hours, often staying up until 2 or 3 a.m., fixing devices and studying new repair techniques. He also spent a lot of time talking to his customers, listening to their complaints, and understanding what they needed. Gradually, word spread about Harry's skill and honesty. People from all over the neighborhood started bringing their electronics to him, and his business grew. With the money he earned, Harry began to expand. He rented a small shop, hired a few employees, and added new services, like selling refurbished devices. He knew that many people in his community couldn't afford brand new phones or computers, so he bought old devices, fixed them up, and sold them at affordable prices. This business model was a hit. Soon, Harry's shop became one of the most popular in the city. As technology advanced, Harry continued to adapt. He invested in learning about the latest gadgets, even attending tech expos and conferences. His curiosity and passion for learning kept his business relevant, even as new competitors appeared. Over the next decade, Harry expanded his business into a chain of electronics repair and retail stores across the country. However, Harry didn't stop there. With the money he had saved, he began investing in tech startups and companies working on innovative technology. He had a keen eye for recognizing promising ventures and believed in the potential of new ideas. Over time, his investments paid off, and he became a major shareholder in several successful tech companies. By his 40s, Harry was no longer just a successful businessman, he was a billionaire. But he never forgot where he came from. Harry dedicated a portion of his wealth to supporting young entrepreneurs from poor backgrounds, providing scholarships and funding educational programs in underserved communities. Looking back on his journey, Harry realized that his success was not just about making money. It was about resilience, staying curious, and always looking for ways to solve people's problems. From a poor boy in a struggling neighborhood to a billionaire businessman, Harry had proven that with determination and a big heart, anything was possible.